Alright, welcome back to this YouTube channel, Maro's Tech. This is a step-by-step guide on how to create a working HTTP custom configuration file for a fast connection, a secure connection, and a stable connection. So don't forget to subscribe if you are new on this YouTube channel for more tutorials like this. Don't forget to share this tutorial to your friend, and in case you get any problem while the setup, let me know in the comment section. I'll be guiding you through each and every step. So first step, as usual, we are going to open our Google Play Store. And then once you open our Google Play Store, we are going to search for HTTP custom application. And then once you search for this application, you're going to install it in your device. And then after you open, now keep in mind that this tutorial is for research, information, education purposes only. Users are requested to follow local laws, internet service providers, terms and conditions, and the community guidelines. So the goal of this tutorial is to access a secure internet in all countries by just creating ourselves a file. But before creating a file, make sure that you have a saved profile. Make sure that if you want a slow DNS configuration file, you have a saved profile for slow DNS. And if you want a UDP configuration file, you have a UDP saved profile. If you want a VTray, you have a VTray. If you want an OpenVPN, you have an OpenVPN saved profile. And if you want an SSH WebSocket, you also have that. But in this application, the new update, you can also create a load balanced configuration file, whereby that configuration file will be packed with all the it will be packed with selected connections types. For example, you can pack your configuration file with both UDP and VTray. You can pack your configuration file with the OpenVPN, the phone, all those you can pack it, and that is what we call the load balance. So first step, you're going to go to the top right corner and then tap onto those three dots right there on the top corner, top right corner. We have those three dots. Tap onto them and then select option which is save config. Once you select save config, you're going to select your file name. In this case, I'll use Maro's Tech. You are free to name or to give your file name any name you want, provided that it does not violate the terms and the policies. It is a name that you must give it any name you want, provided that it is safe. Now, the next step, you're going to go to the connection type. Now we have the profiles. Once you select the profiles, all connections in the profiles will be selected, and that's what we shall also be terming as the load balancing. But in this case, the load balancing will be basing on the profiles you saved in your device. Now, you can also create a UDP custom configuration file by tapping or by selecting UDP custom, but we can balance it. We can load balance it with the VTray. If I select UDP and VTray like this, and then I save the config, that config will be a load balancing config or a load balance config. This is what I mean, that when the VTray is faster than UDP, the VTray will be connecting. It will be connecting, so users will be connected to the VTray. But if UDP is faster than VTray, then UDP will be selected for to connect. That is how load balancing work. But I can also select three protocols: the SSH, VTray, UDP custom. I can select all of them, and then I'll be able to access a secure connection when it is load balanced. When any of the connections is disturbing, my application will switch to another connection which is more stable, and that is it. So me, I will create a configuration file, let me say for OpenVPN. Now I'm going to go to the third step, which is content access. When I tap onto it, I can select to lock all. So if I'm creating this file just to sell it to my other friend who doesn't know how to create a configuration file, I can lock all. I can lock the user so that the user cannot view or edit the content, the config content. For example, the username, the passwords, I can lock. But if I'm creating for a user who already knows on how to create a configuration file, I can keep with no log. So this tutorial, I'll be guiding you through on how you guys can learn how to create a configuration file so that they cannot log, so you cannot be able to be using those files other people create, so that you can be able to also create your own configuration file. I can also lock the payload, but I unlock the server. I can unlock the user and the password, but I lock all other content. Only the username and password can be viewed and edited, but other content won't be able to be edited by selecting this last option. But I prefer you guys the business for the purposes for business purposes to lock all. If you are going to be learning to create this configuration file just to sell it for business reasons, I recommend you to lock all. Now you're going to come to the protection and open conditions. You can also use the password, you can put the expiration date, you can lock the HWID log. The client, you can ask, you can tell the client to tell you HWID log. Where can we get the HWID log? Let me first show you where it is. You're going to go to the HTTP custom application, and then top left corner to those menu slashes, and then you are going to be able to see. You're going to go to the utility. Hope you're seeing utility IP finder, auto ping, share net, shoot URL, and then the hardware ID. This one, that is the HWID. You can ask it from the client, and then the client will give you that hardware ID or the HWID. So you'll be able to fix it right here. You can just paste it, the hardware ID log, and then you can lock the mobile data so that you can also log in with the HWID mobile data only, whereby when he connects to the Wi-Fi, he can't use the configuration file. So you can block applications, you can block the provider. In this case, you can choose any operator, for example those operators that the internet service providers. Now you have the auto update and kill switch, that is optional, and the note, you can put any note you want. For example, created by mistake, and then after press that option which is save config. By doing that, you would have created a working HTTP custom application, and then you will find it in your file directory like this, save config, and then it will be saved. And now I'm opening it. Now you will be finding this config in your file directory and how to open it. Now you're going to come tap onto those three dots in the top right corner, and then choose open config, and then you'll be able to see mine is here. It is here in the documents HTTP custom, and then that is it. It is not a big deal. Let us meet in the next tutorials. I'm Marustech, and I sign out.